Chosen one. Today I'm going to introduce you to the world of algorithmic trading. First, we got to start with a little history about the industry. I'm going to teach you about one of the most important individuals in the space. He's also known as the greatest hedge fund investor of all times. And I want you to just look this up so you can see that I'm very accurate with what I'm saying. Jim Simons, he was the founder of Renaissance Technologies, a quantitative hedge fund based in New York. And they use quantitative algorithms, mathematical models to invest in the markets. And I want you to see the type of success that he's found from using algorithms in the market. You can see the Medallion Fund, which is closed to outside investors, has earned over 100 billion in trading from 1988 to 2018. And I want you to look at what they were making per year. You can see in 2004, they did 670 million. 2005, they did 1.5 billion. 2006, 1.7 billion. 2007, 2.8 billion. And in 2020, they did 2.6 billion. They're making billions of dollars per year using algorithms to trade investors' capital. And this is a cheat code to the wealthy. And with his hedge fund, you would have had to invest 10 million plus to get access to this algorithm. But in today's world, with today's technology and advancements, you can get this hedge fund level software and tools for the average everyday retail investor. And I want to show you what we're doing inside of my community, right? I've spent the last 10 years building and trading with algorithmic models. Jim Simons was, my mentor that I never met. In 2008, when I just finished playing football, I played the University of Texas, won a national championship in football, won a national championship in track. I ended up playing on the practice squad with the Cleveland Browns, and then I got cut. And then at that point, I had to make a decision. And I decided that I would never be cut again. And I had multiple offers to try to continue to play football, but I decided to take a different route. Like I said, I decided that I would never be cut again. So I decided to start doing some research. I started looking on Google at the time, and I looked up what was the most lucrative profession in the world. And what came up was an article about the top 20 hedge fund managers on Wall Street. And obviously, Jim Simons was number one. And it said the average of the top 20 hedge fund managers on Wall Street averaged $500 million a year in salary. And when I started to look at that list, I looked at who was number one, and Jim Simons made over $2 billion in 1 year. This completely changed the way I thought about everything. And I decided that I want to shift my focus from athletics and sports to becoming a money manager and a hedge fund manager. So I took that path, right? It took me a couple years to even understand what a hedge fund was, right? And all a hedge fund is a, fancy word for pooling money of investors and buying securities, right? Securities like the foreign exchange market, the stock market, real estate, right? And you do a profit share with your investors. And that's all it is. And they hide it behind, a lot of paperwork. Usually you have to spend about $50,000 in paperwork just to start a hedge fund, right? So they created so many barrier of entry that most people never even looked that direction. Because in 2008, when I wanted to become a hedge fund manager, I talked to one of my agents, and he said that he knew a hedge fund manager in Dallas and that they would be willing to mentor me, but I had to go back to school to get a law degree. And there was no way in the world that I was going to do that. So I kind of put my dream on the background, and I just decided to try to focus on learning how to trade. And that's what started my trading journey. And I've had a lot of tremendous success being a manual trader, but I had struggles with consistency. And I felt that I needed a solution. And that's when I got into algorithmic trading. I took the systems and strategies I use to manually trade, and I coded an algorithm around those same principles and concepts, and it has been doing extremely well, right? The first couple years, it was up and down, inconsistency. I blew a lot of accounts trying to figure it out because I never tested this on demo money. I always tested on live capital. And, over the last 7 years, we've seen a lot of consistency, especially the last three. On a few of our algos, we have a 3-year track record of success. One of the algos, it doesn't have a losing month in over 2 years, right? One of the algos had over 1,500% growth in about 24 months. So we're doing some amazing things. And like I said, when you look at Jim Simons and what he was able to accomplish, he's considered the best investor to ever live. And when you see how much he returned to his clients, they averaged about 66% return annually, right? And I don't want to compare myself to Jim Simons, obviously, because he's an OG in the game and he was managing billions of dollars. And I'm not there yet. I'm only managing millions. But at the same time, when you see the result, the end result that we're getting, is no way you can't be excited about that. So I'm gonna run through a couple of accounts and I'm gonna just kind of show you some of the things that I'm doing. Right. So this is the biggest account that I own right now. It's up 240% for the year. And I just showed you that Jim Simons averaged about 66% return per year. And he did that from 88 to 2018, and that made him the best investor of all time. And the way that I look at this is like, I already have something special going on. We're already getting results. We're already a couple years in. And today, I am 10 years younger than Jim Simons when he started his hedge fund. And when I think about that, it gets me really, really excited because I have very, very large goals to accomplish things that have never been accomplished in this space, right? And I just want to show you some of the results. This account placed 92,000 trades in 1 year. That would be almost impossible for a human, right? But it's possible with AI. It's possible with the current technologies that we have, right? And I want you to see the monthly growth. And the algo is very consistent with one losing month, barely losing 1%. And I want to show you some other accounts. I want to show you some smaller accounts as well. And I want to be transparent. I don't want to just show you the wins. I want to show you the losses as well. And I'm going to show you an account where I took a really big loss on. You can see that I'm in a small loss right now, but I want to show you the loss that I actually took because most people would probably have a heart attack uh, if they lost this amount of money. So I want to go back to the very beginning because it happened pretty early as I started this account. And this is part of it right here. You see right here, I lost, almost 40 grand um, on just these two trades, but there are more trades within that sequence. In that one day, I ended up losing over 100K. And this was not the algo's fault. This was my own fault. Like I told you earlier, I don't test on a demo. This was one of my testing accounts. It's a live account. I can show you that. Obviously, they're all live accounts. And I test my algos on live accounts, right? And I turned the algo up. This is a very aggressive algo, and it took about a 20% loss. I lost over 100K in one day. And this will also show you the resilience of the algo because you can see I lost that about a month ago, right? A little bit over a month ago. And when you look at the track record right now, I've pretty much gained it back, except $845, I'm still down. So basically, over the last month, I've made almost 100 grand on this account, just kind of climbing my way out of that hole, not placing one manual trade, all done algorithmically with this algo. And you can see it's up 16% on a $500,000 account, right? And I want to just go over some of the trades. I want to go over some of the trades that was taken today on this account. You can see the 29th. Today is the 29th, right? So as you can see earlier, the algo placed a series of trades. It placed these three trades within a, let's see, 51. So this is the open time that the trade opened. So it opened at 7:51, 7:54, and 7:55. So all three of these trades were placed within a 5-minute window, right? 7:51 was the start. And then you can see they all closed at the same time at 7:57. So you can see in 6 minutes and 26 seconds, this algo had made over $9,600. I'm gonna say that again. In 6 minutes and 26 seconds, this market opened and closed these three positions for 9,600 bucks. Let's go back to the next set of gold trades, right? We just skipping right over these AUD CAD trades. This is a different algo. Obviously it's still performing well, but it's not performing as good as the gold algo, right? And look at the gold algo. This is more of a scalping algo. The AUD CAD algo is more of a swing trade. It's going to have smaller lot sizes, smaller risk, but it's going to be in those trades sometimes for a day, 2 days, sometimes a week or 2 weeks, right? It's more of a swing trading algo. The gold algo is a scalping algo. It's only in the market for a few minutes and then it's closing out those trades, right? And you can see here on the 24th, right? The algo opened this trade at 7:17 and it closed it at 7:18. So in a minute and 47 seconds, it made 4,700 bucks, right? This trade opened at 7:16 and it closed at 7:18. So in 2 minutes, it made 4,200 bucks, right? And you can see like it opened up all these trades and then it closed them all simultaneously. One, two, three, four, five positions. And you can see it was only one negative position out of all five. And in this day alone, it made over $10,000 in profit. Within minutes, this total sequence, it started at 7:10 and it closed at 7:18. So in 8 minutes, it made over $10,000, right? So, and I just want to show you for full transparency because, a lot of people have questions and they're skeptical because things that happened in the past. But I want you to look at this. It's a real account, right? 69% win rate, phenomenal accuracy. And you can see um, the markets just closed at 2 o'clock p.m. PST. So this algo right here, $24,000 algo, right? It has $24,000 balance. It made $1,000 today. It made over $1,000 today in one day, right? You can see the algo I just showed you, it made $9,600 today. It says week, but today is Monday. You see this algo with 10,000, it made $134 today. 36, 257, 230, 42, 970. So we made over $12,000 today without placing one single trade. This is the future of trading. This is the future of money management. When people realize that these results are real, the industry is going to flood with new investors that have never participated in this industry before. And this is my main account. You can see that it aligns with what I just showed you. Let's go to trades. All right, let's go to history, account history, so you can see it all, the wins and losses. Full transparency. Full transparency. And this is when I took a bigger loss. See, so you can see it's all there. That's 1 month of trading. And this is the opportunity that's in front of us. Right now, we're offering a special for anybody that wants to sign up right now till midnight tonight. You're going to be able to get this for a one-time offer. This is the last time you will ever, ever, ever be able to get lifetime access to this algo for a one-time payment. So till tonight at midnight, you can get access to this algo for $500 one time, and you can get lifetime access. After midnight, it's going to a yearly model, and the price is going to increase, right? So I'm giving you guys a huge, huge, huge opportunity that nobody else will ever have, right? This algo is next level. We have the results, we have the proof, we have the track record, we have multiple MyFX books. For some of the algos, I even have an audit from a third party company. So if you're serious, if you're interested, make sure you hit my DM, you join my community and reach out, and I'll help you get set up. Also, if you're an affiliate, if you have a network, if you have social media, we have affiliates, and if you can sell this algo, you can get a percentage. And my top affiliate made over $100,000 last month, right? He did over $40,000 in one day. So if you want to sell this algo, if you want to make residual income, if you want to change your life and get to a point where you can make $10,000 to $20,000 a month, only working 4 to 5 hours a week, and you really can take your time freedom back and really enjoy yourself and work on yourself and spend that time with your family instead of spending it at a 9 to 5 just to make somebody else rich, this is the opportunity for you. I'm looking for you. The opportunity is here for you, and I want to see you win. See you at the top.